program.
Mr. Rugeje, how are you?
I'm well, and you? And yeah, I just want us to delve into this whole issue. What do we have at this moment in terms of the information that you are getting on the developments that happened in the past 24 hours?
Okay, so Mr. Rugeje, this is a very interesting case. This is something that has never happened in Zimbabwe before. So what you are seeing here is the beginning of something, and this is developing. That is why you see that the police, they've not released any further information. ZANU-PF has not released any further information. And Rugeje, if you watched him talking, or if you listen to him talking to Zimbabwe Chikanza, he did not say much. He just said, he just confirmed the accident, the shooting, but he did not say anything, what he thinks and what he believes is happening.
Yes.
So the reason is, this is new to everyone. No one understands what is going on, or only a few people understand what is going on. Yes.
Okay. So as we look at this developments that are happening right now, you look at Engelbert Rugeje. He was fired last year from his position, and Victor Matemadanda assumed that post. And we know that there was an accident that involved Engelbert Rugeje, and there were some sketchy details on that accident. Do you think that this is a result of factional fights or something, because of the information that we are getting that there is somebody from ZANU-PF who has a card that has been released on social media? How credible is this information that we are getting about the man who is presumed dead?
Okay, so I agree with you that there is factional fighting involved, but I do not see this as a faction that is fighting another faction. But I see this as a bigger program. So what is happening here is not just someone rushing to Rugeje's house to shoot him. This is a warning. If they want to kill Rugeje, they don't have to go and look for him at his house and start shooting when they're soldiers. There could be smarter ways of killing Rugeje instead of raising such attention. So to me, this is a warning, not only to him, but to other people, that if we want to get you, we can get you. And specifically the issue of the ZANU-PF card. There was a ZANU-PF card there. For a reason. Why would someone walk around with the ZANU-PF card and drop it at the scene where they're shooting? I don't think it makes sense. What is the point of carrying your ZANU-PF card around? So when you look at this and think in terms of, if you've ever walked around in Harare, when you walk past a government minister's house, you don't have to be told.
Yes.
Those
you
guys
can
are
see
standing,
the presence. The presence of the military and personnel that are guarding the place. Yes.
Yes, there are certain houses, if you are moving around in Avondale or if you are in wherever, you will see the two policemen standing outside, and if they are soldiers, they are quite visible. So that is one thing. You have to understand that this is not just someone who said, I'm going to rob this house. I don't know whose house it is, and I'm just going to go there and shoot. I do not think that's how it happened. Also, if ZANU-PF did not know this man who was shot there, they would have said something already. But ZANU-PF has been quiet the whole day. Police have been quiet. Also, the police have not released details of whether people were arrested or not. And during that shootout, the army did it respond, because that is a former general.
Yes.
Did the army respond? And how come they saw the body after an hour or two? The shooting happened around 3 a.m. and they only saw the body between 4 and 5. Does that mean the Zimbabwe military just heard that there was a shooting in that house and they left it and they didn't send anyone to look? They didn't increase security. What if it was an attack from a foreign power?
Wow, it's getting interesting. So that is also another question that I also wanted to pose there, that we look at this. This is barely a month after the attack that happened in Chivu, and we know there's an issue of the robbers, because the police, when they released a statement, they said these were just mere robbers. But the question now is that, are these robbers? Because robbers, we know that they are strategic. They plan their things. If they want to rob a certain place, they will have to take days looking at their house and say, okay. And then when they have seen that they've managed to look at all the loopholes, then they pounce. So does this mean that these robbers were just armed people who could just, pounce at anyone, knowing that we are heavily armed, no one is going to overpower us? Or there is something that we are not being told here?
Yeah, Mr. Rugeje, let me take you back. The problem we're facing is that no one trusts our security services. Our security services are not professional. So if you see a soldier in Zimbabwe, he is not operating under a professional code. He's operating under a chef or someone who can tell him to do anything. So my thinking is, the problem we have now is, if the army tells you anything, or if the police tell you anything, you can't believe it. Go back to the abductions.
Yes.
Go to Gonyeti, Dr. Magombe, the girls who were just abducted now. Would you believe right now, after what has happened today, would you believe the police if they told you anything?
It's difficult to believe right now, and maybe you are also aware of what actually happened, and we have not seen a statement about the bus that was thrown tear gas today. Nobody has released a statement on what transpired. So it is difficult for us to believe whatever is coming from the police. That one I can totally agree with you. We can't believe what is happening from the police.
Right. But before we even go to the bus, do you know that last night, 8 men attacked the Bulawayo High Court and took away exhibits, dockets, whatever else, I don't know what they took from the Bulawayo High Court. Walking from the Bulawayo High Court, or whatever court, I'm not sure which court it was, but it's 3 streets from this Bulawayo Central Police Station.
Police station, yeah.
And it's another 2 or 3 streets from drill hall. Like, you're basically surrounded
by security forces,
by police. And these guys, these units that are operating, they are not operating under command, normal command. They are operating under the command of unknown people. They're not. If you ask who shot people on 1 August, honestly, do you think you can get an answer?
Up to now, we don't even know.
Right. And everyone said they did not order those people to shoot. So now you have all these military people armed, roaming around, shooting without response. Like at Rugeje's house, we just said that no one knows how the police responded, how the military responded.
Yes.
Bulawayo, no one knows how they responded. And if you even go to Chivu, you saw the response there. No interest in getting information, just shoot to kill. So you have a problem, first, that people cannot trust the security services. The command structure is not clear. And it seems like certain people can control certain sections of the military without the other people knowing, which is what people keep saying is a ferret team or a third force. Right. So now if you've got a third force and you've got a normal army, but because the command structure is so poor, your soldiers can be told not to respond when these militias are doing what they're doing.
Yes, it's like, for me, as you are saying, that there's a lot of gray areas in terms of how the chain of command is being applied here, because for me, you look at it on the other side, on the flip side, to say, if it was a warning, why do they have to sacrifice someone to die? Because we know that somebody has died in the process. Was that a deliberate decision to make sure that somebody goes in there and dies? Or then the other question would be, is it probably an imposter who just printed a card and made sure that it? I think maybe you know of what happened. Maybe when you read the book in our secondary time, where we had a guy who was called Roambira, and whenever they would do a heist, they would drop a statement written Roambira. Isn't it some kind of a thing whereby it's trying to make us to think that there are fights, whilst there is the deeper issue that is happening in the background on this matter?
Yeah, you know, as I said, there's no clarity. First and foremost, if there's a shootout in Mount Pleasant, you expect a proper police statement.
Yes.
And you expect a proper statement from the military and from ZANU-PF. So we don't have that. We can speculate as much as you like. The truth is that no one trusts the military, no one trusts the police, no one trusts ZANU-PF, no one trusts what these guys are going to tell us now, because their command structure is tainted. And let's go to the issue of the death. What if this guy was killed somewhere else, and they brought him and dropped him at the scene of the? Who knows? Let's say you grab a guy, you torture him somewhere else, and you kill him, and then when you do a gunfight and you drop him there. Or what if there was no gunfight? We just kill somebody and then we say there was a gunfight. You see, there's nothing. There is no proper statement here. The police need to do a better job. I explained this last time.
Yes.
The chain of custody of information from beginning to the end. Yes. There must be a proper investigation. You cannot just treat a crime scene like something that is, I don't even know how to explain this.
Like the information is not coming in order to inform us. It's just coming to say, we have done this and end of story. Don't ask us more questions. According to the statement that I see in the Herald, it's like, these are criminals. Forget about it. We are doing our investigation. No further details. The Chivu issue is the same thing. So maybe as we wrap up this conversation, what can we do as the citizens to know that we get the right information on what is happening? And are we seeing another paging of other individuals that are in ZANU-PF ensuing? Are we going to see the night of long knives coming again to the fore? What is happening as we wrap up this conversation, Mr. Gambakwe?
Right, Mr. Rusike, I want to predict here. Mnangagwa is not seeing the threat, but you cannot just have armed people running around collecting cash. Like these guys, I made a video a few months ago. Yes. They have been shooting and getting away with $80,000, $100,000 cash.
Yes. Yeah.
That's funding. You can fund a militia with $1 million. So far, I estimated that they have stolen or robbed between $500,000 million since January.
Yes.
In cash. What this means is that you now have these powerful people who can pay a soldier $5,000 US, and they have a small army of 20 or 30 who can execute a mission. Imagine if these guys wanted to take over. They wouldn't even need sponsorship. The truth here is that we're dealing with trained people that have been in the military, people that know how to handle a gun, people that know how to attack. It's not just a robber.
Yeah.
The guys who attacked at Blawayo, they're not just mere robbers. The guys who attacked the chief, they're not just robbers. You saw the Gambakwe who he was. The guys who attacked last night. You can't just jump into Juraho without knowing what is on the other side.
Yeah.
So you are dealing here with a lot of armed people who have the desire or the wish to attack. And that is very dangerous. And now they have cash. The issue that I've said here is that there is cash. When they steal this money,
they can fund their operations very well. So they can go and hibernate and pounce again.
Correct. And when they go and attack an army general, they are telling you that we can attack Rugeje's house, and we can attack whoever, Chiwenga's house, or we can attack in Bulawayo and Harare at the same time. You saw what they did. They attacked in Bulawayo, they attacked in Harare. They are telling you that they can attack you in 4, 5, or 6 places at once. So that is not, to me, that's not a robbery.
It's a coordinated. It's a coordinated effort.
Correct. And this is the art of war. It's not someone who is stupid. This is someone who knows how to deal with your psychology. At the moment, psychologically, a ZANU-PF leader, wherever they're working, they feel like a target. These guys are carefully destroying the psychology of ZANU-PF leaders. If you're an army guy right now, if you're a military, you think, am I safe tonight when I'm sleeping in my bed? You're not going to sleep peacefully anymore.
Hence, Mr. Rugeje was not around when this whole issue happened.
Well, you never know. These guys, as I said to you, don't trust anything you hear. When Rugeje tells you that he was not there, don't trust him.
Probably was there.
Yes, that's why I'm saying don't listen to what and the army tells you, the police, ZANU-PF. These guys are not telling you the truth. They are scared. And until they take this seriously, they are going to get more and more scared. And this is why you hear, like a few months ago, Spotlight Zimbabwe reported that Mnangagwa is building a bunker. Do you know why he's building a bunker? Because of situations like this.
Anyway, Mr. Gambakwe, any last words that you want to tell us about this whole issue, ladies and gentlemen that are watching and listening on here on JCTV Zimbabwe? We are talking and analyzing the issue that has happened, the story of former ZANU-PF commissar Engelbert Rugeje. We can say that he is the commissar that won Idi Mnangagwa's elections. And we are hearing that there was a gunfight that happened at his house, and we're looking at the possibilities. Who might be these people? Are they just mere ordinary robbers? Are they people who are sent by a certain group of individuals? Who are they? Tell us what you think on the comment section. I'm seeing some comments here. So this is from Zondai Zuze and Moria. Good work from Moria Mnyai. These are some of the people that are telling us. What are the last words that you want to tell us as we conclude this conversation to all our listeners and viewers?
Yeah, all I want to say, Mr. Osike, is that national security is a very serious thing.
Yes.
So if you look at the guys we have now in the army, if they're not careful, all these militias that they're creating, they're just going to turn around one day and attack them. So if you do a proper structured military,
yes,
that has got a proper command structure, that has got transparency, that is well funded, that is skilled, you are creating a good thing. However, if you create these strange structures and people shooting each other on the side, the way you exit power is going to be through the gun. Because you're playing with the military, guys in the military, the same guy that is your friend today, tomorrow is going to turn around and shoot you. So they need to take such matters seriously and create proper investigations. When such things happen, you can't have a shooting in Chivu which is not solved. And then you have another shooting a month later which is not solved. And then the Minister of Defense is just quiet. I haven't seen him say anything. Mnangagwa is just quiet. And this happened 5 kilometers from the city center to your fourth most powerful former general.
Yes, yes. And as you said in the earlier video that you did, you said this man he has been the key commander in the DRC military war, and you know that the war in DRC was not an easy one, and he was there and he outwit those rebels, and he has got a very good CV. He cannot be outsmarted by just ordinary mere robbers coming to his house and say they want to kill him. Can you tell us more on his CV, Engelbert Rugeje?
Yes, he's educated overseas, and one of his degrees, I think the MBA, is from Harvard. So, you know what? One thing about the Zimbabwe military, it used to be a very professional force with well-educated officers.
Yes.
The problem what these guys have done is they don't understand that the military has become very, very important. So people expect the military to shine. When things like this happen, and your military is just reacting as if it doesn't exist, there's no spokesperson, there's just, you don't even know whether the military exists as a unit or not. You need a proper coordinated response. If people have been caught, you want to see them being shown that we caught these 5 people, this one guy died, ZANU-PF coming out and speaking, Opam Chinguri speaking in a coordinated manner. The issue is dead and finished. But at the moment, the professional soldiers are being pushed out. And you have these other people that follow orders, any order. In the long run, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
It's not good to have a military that is not structured, that is not separate from politics. So you can't have your ZANU-PF and the military together. That is a disaster. Because one day, your political issues are going to be solved using the army.
Yeah, it's getting interesting, and everyone coming to participate, and our time is not on our side. This is a complex topic that we wanted to really delve into, and to all that are watching us. So all I can hear in this conversation that we're seeing is that there is no transparency whatsoever in terms of dealing with such issues in order to inform the public what is happening. We know that the late Overson Mugwisi was the spokesperson of the army, and we know, but I don't know if there is anyone who took his position just to inform the public of what is happening. I remember when they were talking about Operation Restore Legacy, they were coming in and out, coming and telling the people that this is what is happening. We've enacted this, but right now we are not seeing all of that. Does this mean that they do not have someone who is well qualified to speak on the behalf of the army, or what is really happening with this war mess?
Yeah. So as I said, a professional army operates in a different way from what the Zimbabwe National Army and the police are doing right now. Because they are accountable to the people. At the moment, the army that we have is not accountable to the people. If something happens, there's no consequences for whatever. If you shoot people in Harare City Center, you're going to get away with it. We don't know what guy shot. We don't know what guy gave the order. He's walking around right now, wherever he is. This is the same situation we have now. This shooting is going to happen. The guy is dead, and we probably won't know what happened because there's no accountability to the public. The only accountability these guys have got is to the political masters. So we need to change, not even we, it doesn't concern us. All I can tell you is if they don't sort this out, Mnangagwa and his close leaders, they are the ones who are going to end up in trouble because the same guys that they're using now, getting away with these kind of things, they will take their law into their own hands. Because, take for example, I want to take you back to Apostle Chiwenga, right?
Yes. Yeah.
He came out and he said he was being chased by MI. He made a video on I think it was a Friday or a Thursday. And he showed evidence. And he named the police, the commanders in the police, in the military. And he still got in the head-on collision. The army said nothing. Up to this day, they said nothing. They were accused directly before an accident.
But still up to now, there is no word from them what happened or to refute the statement that Apostle Chiwenga made to say it's not us or something like that. Nothing. It was just, it went quiet.
Correct. Same thing with the abduction incidents. They do not want to do a proper investigation, a clear investigation, which is in the public. And they think that this thing will just go away. They will just get away with it. But my theory here and my prediction is that they will not get away with it. The frequency of armed attacks is just too much. If you look at the robbers that they were suspecting, they were arrested in August. 8 robbers were arrested in Baitbridge.
Yes.
In August. I think 4 robbers were shot in May, on 20 May.
Yes.
So we've had 12 robbers shot and arrested and all that. But we have got only this past 2 days, we've got 8 plus 7, which is 15 more people who are shooting people out there.
Yeah, Mr. Gambakwe, you I mean, when the time is running away, and we wanted to really have you for more time so that we can delve much into this. But I know you keep us posted on your channel about what is happening and the information that we'll be getting. But it's a really worrying thing for me to see what is happening, and there is no accountability on the part. And as you're saying that this is going to turn out badly for the people that are sending these people, because at the end of the day, they will think that we are being used for, and then they'll come back and attack them. But thank you so much for your information and for everything that you're telling us, and for giving us an insight on what's happening in the political space in Zimbabwe. Where can people find you on social media, and where can people find you on your channel?
Right, Mr. Rugeje, we are at Gambakwe Media on Facebook. That is our Facebook page. We are live right now on Gambakwe Media and on JCTV Zimbabwe. And we're also on YouTube. Our channel is Gambakwe. So that is the channel on YouTube. And obviously on Twitter is at Gambakwe. And thank you very much for hosting me here, Mr. Rugeje. I always enjoy. You see, when I'm not the one who is setting up, I enjoy it. I don't have to worry about looking at what people are saying. It's your job now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you coming and giving us more information. And thank you. We hope that very soon you are going to give us more information, and and on all the issues that are happening in and around Zimbabwe. And probably we might even delve on the issue of what happened with the bus today, because those are some of the worrying things that we see. And the question also that I might just ask you is that, what are the rules of engagement when you are dealing with public as a police officer? Are you supposed to throw the tear gas in a bus? Is that permissible in your own view?
Yeah, I think these ones, Mr. Rugeje, they're environmental issues. Like I said, if you're operating without consequences, it's a dangerous state. People can do anything and get away with anything. And our security services have been operating like this for a very, very long time. I remember when I was in Harare, I was working in Harare, I think that was between 2000 and 2003. One guy just passed the roadblock and they shot him in the head. Like that. And you saw the shootings that happened in January. People will be standing in front of the houses, they get shot. A military, a proper military, not a guerrilla movement, and a police force. They need a certain standard of training when they're dealing with the public. And we just don't have it at the moment. And it expands to all the issues I was telling you about, the command structure and the formalizing of reporting. Then if you look here in South Africa, there is a body that deals with what police have done. There's compensation. There's actual compensation that can be given if someone is attacked or is harmed by the police. It acts as a deterrent. And in Zimbabwe, if you're shot by a soldier or by the police, you even have to bury yourself. The two guys who died in Hwange last week, you saw the report that we made. There were two guys who were shot in Victoria Falls for no reason.
By drunk soldiers.
Correct. And when they were shot, the army went there with a coffin, some cooking oil, some millimil. What was that?
No remorse and apologies whatsoever at the families.
Well, they are remorse, but remember, those guys were working. Their families now don't have anyone to take care of them. These are the situations where compensation comes in.
Yeah, but one might say that the brutality on the police or the police forces, it's a common phenomenon around the world, and probably Zimbabwe, with the economy that it is facing, it's not a special case. What do you have to say about that? Because they say there is police brutality in the USA. They are struggling with that one. You hear that there is police brutality in other parts of the world. Even here in South Africa, there was army brutality. But what is different in terms of maybe dealing with the different case studies?
The difference here is that I believe anyone can run Zimbabwe. It's such a beautiful, peaceful country.
Yes.
And the government is the problem. The people in Zimbabwe, they are peace-loving, they're obedient, they want things to work, they're educated.
Yes.
If you come to South Africa, it's a dangerous territory. If you're a policeman, you're the victim here. In Zimbabwe, people want to work with the government. I'm telling you, if the government of Mnangagwa puts its house in order, treats people well, fixes all these political and military issues that we're having, that country could run in no time.
Yes.
But people are being put under so much pressure, and they're still not attacking the government. They're not fighting the government. Why do you put someone in jail for 40 days for organizing a demonstration?
Yeah, it's unheard of.
You see, so some of the things that the government is doing, they are putting their energy in the wrong direction, and they just look bad for no reason.
Well, thank you so much, Say, for coming to the program. We would love to continue this conversation on our Facebook and on YouTube, and everyone on our social media platforms. We want you to continue with this conversation. It's a very complex conversation. We have a lot of things that we can cover, and we can go the whole day talking about this and that and that. But thank you so much for gracing us on this particular platform. We really appreciate. Please go and subscribe to Gambakwe Media on YouTube and follow Gambakwe Media on Facebook. You would really have interesting topics. And you can also go to gambakwe.com for all the news and updates about what is happening in and around Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, Say, for coming to the program. We appreciate. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rusike, and good night to everyone who's watching. I have to leave now.
All right. Thank you. That was Pardon Gambakwe coming to us and giving us an insight on what is happening in Zimbabwe. And we really hope that you found this program informative, and please share it